And welcome again in a hot and sunny South Carolina. There's Lucky, the badge dog. Lucky always wants to play fetch. Say hi, Lucky. He's ready. Let's make him fetch. And there he goes. And he got the ball. That's our badge dog for a little entertainment. Let's go and see what Tina's doing. It's getting a little bit darker now. It's the end of the day. You can see sun is setting. Beautiful sunset. Is Tina taking care of her tomatoes?
Hello.
Hey. What are you giving your tomatoes, Tina?
Some fish, some seaweed, some chamomile tea that I brewed earlier with garlic. So actually it's a garlic chamomile tea.
A garlic chamomile tea. Well, now I have to say, viewers of BP, that I was a little bit skeptic, but so far my wife's whooping my butt. Let's go take a look at what she got going. Right there is the first mega bloom of the year that took. On that same vine she got a couple of singles going. And then when we look on the same plant from the other side, right there, a big double that took. And this was chamomile tea and powder milk. Once again I was skeptical, but these plants, my little babies, have yet to set a tomato, which is, well, slightly frustrating. But I'm happy for my baby. But now with multiple big ones on one plant, choices have to be made. So the singles are going off right now, and the double and the mega bloom are gonna stay. Tina getting her singles off. Tomatoes. The rest of her plants looking good too. The first tomato that took here, the cat face one, doesn't seem to be growing that great. Here's my tomatoes. Doing good too. I'm getting the flowers. I'm just having a hard time taking blooms or getting a bloom to take. I'm seeing some blackish spots on little tomato, the ones that don't take. So whether it's bug damage or a tiny bit of a calcium issue, I'm not sure yet, but I gave him a little bit of additional calcium today just to see if that's going to help. All right, let's take a look at the rest. Our corn now getting well, nice little corn seedlings. Say about 20 inches high, 25 inches high. The ones that get a little bit of shade are obviously bigger. And well, tonight a big night. Our season has officially started in the patch as far as our main plants. Right here, let me go behind it, is our well, so far pride and joy of the melon patch. This is the 255 Mitchell, planted just well, 20 minutes ago. Doing really nice size plant already. The most vigorous one from the very start. Still young and fragile, but it shouldn't be long before this one starts fining. Our melon patch this year, inspired by Todd Dawson, who had a great year last year. Met Todd at Yadkin Valley. Really nice guy, and obviously one hell of a melon grower. We saw in his diary that he was using the pine straw. And in previous years, we used to grow a melon a little bit on the side, tucked away in the pumpkin patch. This year, though, we've reserved this premium spot in the middle of the patch. We've put the black plastic down and now put the pine straw on top, just like Todd. And well, we'll see if we're successful. And right here, our other plant, a little bit smaller, a 165B Cantrell with a double leaf here. We had somewhat of an issue with the Cantrell seeds. One didn't come up, and the two that came up had a hard time getting going. I mean, you've seen the 255. They were both all seeds were planted in the same environment, the same potting soil. But these 165Bs were a little bit slower out of the starting blocks. Now that it's in the patch, hopefully it will catch up, hopefully as fast as possible. And tomorrow, here and over there, our pumpkins will go in, and that's when you're really taking off. Our 1140 will go in, along with a 1605 sweet. They're both at home. They're looking good. They're still small, but big enough to plant. We like to plant them early. Quick look at the rest of our vegetable garden. Still a little bit overrun by weeds. Onions bulbing more and more. Starting to get a pretty nice size now. I'll show you these here. Very nice and pronounced bulbing now. Getting bigger and bigger. There's weeds. They're not supposed to be there, but just a fun project. This is how weeds look when you spray them with exterminator. Here's our Butyolochia. A lot of growth at the bottom of the plant, which I usually pinch off a little bit. Pinching off these bottom leaves will stimulate some of the growth towards the top, because I want them to grow bigger, not bushier. So I get these leaves off, and hopefully it will soon grow more upward. There we go. A little bit of pruning on the peppers too. Worked well for us last year. Here's our Trinidad scorpion. Growing very nicely now too. We had some rain, and then with the hot weather, kicking butt. Here's our potatoes, and our green beans are turning into a jungle right now. As you can see, we had our first 90+ days, and in the south, this is what happens to leaves if it gets too hot. Our other tomato plants doing good. No fruit set though. These are no care plants. We're just letting these go, checking them every now and then. Tina put some pictures up of our radishes. There's still a couple in. They did mighty fine. We'll plant a couple new ones. Today, Tina found out that although she's not a big fan of eating radishes raw, she roasted some, and she was amazed. So for those of you who don't like raw vegetables, roast it. Pretty darn tasty. Alright, here the corn at a little bit of the shade side. Bigger than the other corn over in the patch. Compost pile. I've made a little video of some compost tea we're brewing right now. Nice video of an amoeba. Big one, very interesting, cool to see. Some bacteria floating around. So we'll put that video up too. And that's pretty much it for today. Our little melon plants are in. Nicely tucked away under the shade net. Tomorrow we'll put up a little windbreak to make sure that they don't get hurt by heavy winds or storms, because we had some, and we'll have a lot more the rest of the summer. Miss Tina finishing up her tomatoes. Miss Tina, a little bye-bye for the BP people. Bye-bye. That's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow showing you how we plant our pumpkins. And from a hot and humid South Carolina, over and out.